Benjamin is a free spirit. He loves to make you laugh, and he has a really soft heart. You can see that in the way he treats other people. He sees when people don't feel good. He sees when people are hurting, and he's quick to comfort. You know, he's quick to give a hug, and he's quick to give you a kiss. He was diagnosed with dilated cardiomyopathy, so the left ventricle of his heart wasn't pumping like it should. It did not take very long for us to realize that something wasn't right. So we were here 4 weeks after he was born, knowing that we needed to get a heart. What I was told was his heart in his chest was as big as my fist.
He was so sick that we never got him out of the hospital, and we weren't going to get him out of a hospital without a heart transplant.
I think it was the very first day that we moved into the new children's hospital. So it was on that day they called and said, "We found a heart." My understanding is that it worked from the moment that they put it in there. It just took off.
Getting the heart at the time that he did was really good for Ben, because it was, one, life-saving, and two, it was before he deteriorated to the point of requiring much more advanced levels of care.
He was about 2 years old, little over 2. We'd been home, we'd been doing well, coming in for our checkups and stuff, but he ended up not really using the restroom like he should, and then it went a few days and went a few more days, and then you're like, my goodness, something is not right, so let's go in and see what's up.
He was admitted with severe abdominal pain and vomiting, and this was due to an obstruction in his abdomen. When the surgeon went in to relieve that obstruction, she saw masses that had been the cause of that obstruction, and those were biopsied, and it turned out to be a form of cancer that we see in our transplant patients.
And then we went through chemo. I think we did 5 or 6 rounds of chemo. Just that worry that it was going to do something to the heart that he received was one of my biggest fears, and just that he could, make it through that and get on the other side of it, just knowing what he'd already been through, and here's another hurdle that we have to jump.
There's always a risk that something could occur again, and so we work really closely with his heart doctors to monitor him for any signs that something might be brewing.
I'd say Ben's doing beautifully. His heart has really never been an issue for him, even after his transplant. His heart's worked flawlessly the whole time.
It's just a gift from God and a total miracle. Most people would never know that there was ever anything wrong with him. You have to tell people that he's had a heart transplant and that he's beat cancer, because he's as rambunctious and as wide open as any 6-year-old could be.
He just makes us all smile. He is a really strong little boy, and he gets that from his parents, who are incredibly strong and handle a lot of adversity with a lot of grace.
The love that is surrounding him where he's at in his home, and everyone that cares so much about him, the future is bright.
Thank you, Children's Hospital.